Hi everyone. So after this week break, hopefully you have looked at your quiz 2 results, which seems like an eternity ago. And I just wanted to give some feedback on some common mistakes that I saw in quiz number 2. So first of all, there's almost nobody who wrote that subsequent rounds of the multiplier are smaller. So review that section of the module and see what happens in subsequent rounds of a multiplier. So you start with a multiplier and subsequent rounds are smaller and smaller. Some people said that the multiplier is negative, but it's actually not. It's positive, it's just less than 1, so that when you have subsequent rounds of the multiplier, it gets smaller and smaller, but it isn't actually negative. There is no such thing as an MPI. Marginal propensity to import is notated by MPM, not MPI. The phrase marginal propensity without indicating a propensity to what is meaningless. So think about this. A propensity means your appetite for something or your natural tendency toward a behavior. So if I have a propensity for violence, for example, it means that I'm likely to either be violent or consume media like TV, video games that contain a lot of violence. So it's meaningless to say that somebody's marginal propensity increases or that the multiplier is positively or negatively related to the marginal propensity without saying the propensity for what? Propensity to save, spend, eat, travel, insert the verb of your choice. Some students only talked about the math, so the numerator and denominator of different formulae, and this is not sufficient. You must also understand the logic of your formulae, specifically in quiz 2, the logic of the multiplier. Don't confuse marginal propensity and disposable income. So just because your marginal propensity has changed, your marginal propensity to spend or save or import or whatever, it doesn't mean that your disposable income has changed. So you might still be earning $100 a month, but your marginal propensity to spend and save has shifted from, let's say, 80% and 20% to 60% and 40%. But you could still be earning $100 a month. Now, marginal propensity to save is not the ratio of saving to spending. It is the ratio of saving to earning. So the marginal propensity to consume is what you spend relative, or what you consume relative to what you earn. Marginal propensity to save is what you save relative to what you earn. Now, let's say that your marginal propensity to save is 20%, meaning that your marginal propensity to consume is 80%. So you've got a 20 to 100 ratio and an 80 to 100 ratio. Now, if I take my MPS and my MPC and I set them relative to each other, this is meaningless. And this is what some students did. So if I take my 20% and 80%, and I set them in a ratio to each other, so 20 to 80, which is the same as 2 to 8, which is the same as 1 to 4, which is 25%. That is a meaningless ratio. So your marginal propensity to save is what you save relative to what you earn. Your marginal propensity to consume is what you consume relative to what you earn, and you don't take the MPS and the MPC and put them in a ratio against each other. That's just meaningless.